welcome back to the channel Fit with Julia, and today we will be going over foundational movements to build core strength. This is a very beginner workout. It's only a few minutes long, but after doing it a few times continuously, a few times a week, over the course of a few weeks, you will see greater strength within your core, and it's very important for just performing daily functions and preventing lower back pain, considering that the center of our bodies just bears the most weight. So we'll be going over a few exercises. We'll be performing each exercise for 12 reps, and you can go at your own pace. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the first exercise that we'll start off with is a glute bridge. Now, if laying down on your back is a problem, you can go on your hands like this, just making sure that everything from your knees all the way up to your shoulders is in a straight line. And squeezing your glutes, making sure your feet are about shoulder width apart, facing forward along with your knees. Make sure nothing's caved out, everything is nice and straightforward. But if you can, lay down on your back in same form, keeping your knees and your feet facing forward, and brace your core, squeeze your glutes, and bring your hips up. It's a matter of squeezing your glutes and keeping that core tight as you bring it up. So perform 12 reps at your own pace. Continue to breathe. This helps strengthen your back as well, your lower back. Squeeze those glutes as much as you can. And when you are finished with your 12 reps, we're going to stay on the ground and we will perform dead bugs. So put your feet in a tabletop position, your knees right above your hips, your hands right above your shoulders, and we'll take opposite arm and opposite leg and extend it, keeping your lower back glued to the ground. Keep your core braced nice and tight, and go at your own pace, nice and slow. Make sure your back isn't arching. Make sure it's tucked under and in contact with the ground. You can go nice and slow as long as it's controlled. We'll do 6 on each arm and leg. If you're having trouble with extending your leg all the way out, you can bend it. You can keep it a little bit bent like this. You should be feeling that pull on your lower back especially. On your lower abs. Just that tension. Continue to breathe. Okay, when you are done with 6 reps on each arm and leg there, we will flip over onto our hands and knees. And we'll be doing basically the same thing, but on our hands and knees. It's crucial that you keep your hips just rolled back so they're not rolled forward. Your core is braced. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And we'll be extending opposite arm and opposite leg here too. 6 on each arm and leg, like this. Making sure your back is straight, not rounded or twisted. Everything is nice and straight and balanced. And hold it out for a few seconds. For lowering down, controlled. And you can keep your gaze just forward ahead of you. Don't crane your neck. Everything should be nice and straight. Continue to breathe. Make sure you're not holding your breath on these. As you lift up, you can exhale. As you drop down, you can inhale. Okay. When you're done with your 12 reps there, we'll go into Russian twists. If you're new to Russian twists, we will be in a seated position, feet in front of you. Lean back with your hips rolled back. Don't lean them forward, roll them back. Keep your back straight. We'll be twisting from side to side. Make sure your entire torso is twisting along with you instead of just twisting your hands, because you're not necessarily using the obliques and transverse abdominis. So we'll be going 12, so 6 on each side. If you're a little bit more advanced, or the more advanced version, here is you can lift your legs with your back still straight and your hips rolled back. Since we're just beginning, we'll start in a seated position. So 6 on each side. Make sure you're leaned back a little bit so you're not just straight up. So you can feel it in your core. Exhale when you go to each side. Inhale as you pull over. Okay, when you're done with your 12 reps there, we'll be going into a plank. Now, these will be kind of an exercise where we just pop up into the plank for a few seconds and then lower down controlled. For a beginner, you can start off just on your knees right here, hands and knees. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can drop down to your elbows. But if for an even more advanced option, you can pop up onto your feet as well without your knees on the ground. But if you are just starting off, you can go from like a tabletop position, just leaning forward, bracing your core, and then rolling back. Same thing with your elbows, just going forward and back. But if you're a little bit more advanced, you could be on your hands or your elbows and just popping up into that plank for a few seconds and lowering down. And we'll do that for 12 reps. So take that at whatever level you are at. Just brace your core, make sure everything's nice and tight, and drop down. Make sure your glutes are squeezed, your quads are tight, and you drop slowly to the ground or lean back. Again, if you are just beginning, this may be enough to feel that tension in those abs. Just make sure everything is nice and tight. Continue to breathe. Okay, as you finish up 12 reps of those, we'll be going into side planks. You could take that at whatever level you are at too. If you have trouble being on your elbow, you can go up to your hand. And for beginner, you can be on your knees. And so squeezing your obliques right here, squeezing them up, push your hip up, and then drop back down. Make sure everything is aligned, that your hips are forward, they're not rolled back. Push your hips forward instead of keeping them back here. We'll do 6 on each side, so take them at your own pace. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can go on your hand or your elbow and straighten your leg. Pop up for a few seconds, then lower back down. Okay, when you're done with 6 on one side, switch to the other. Again, make sure to squeeze those bottom obliques to bring your hip up. Exhale as you push up. Lower down controlled. When you're done with 6 reps of those, we are done with the workout. Your workout is complete. If you're working on your core strength, it's a good idea to perform these exercises 3 to 4 days a week. And after about a month, 2 months of doing this consistently, you should be able to feel a stronger core and maybe eventually be able to build up to those more advanced versions of the exercises that I mentioned and more advanced movements within the ab exercise world in general. And you might start feeling that you're able to lift things better without lower back pain and just be able to function at a more optimal level. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see next. Comment down below if you liked it. Make sure to leave a like as well and share it with someone else who might benefit. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.